Rain really can't swim?
Yep, she sinks like a lump of lead. It doesn't matter if it's an ocean or a stream, she hates water. She kinda tries to hide it though.
Lead, you say? I certainly wouldn't expect that to float.
Right. That's why we sometimes call people who can't swim leadheads.
Well, that explains it then. Who could hope to swim with a head that heavy?
You think it's her head that causes her to sink?
Doesn't it stand to reason? Plus, depending on where she would swim, the lead could contaminate the local supply of drinking water.
Huh?
I must admit my surprise. I would never have imagined Rain to be made of metal. If that's the case, it might be possible to classify her as a new breed of monster.
Well, she is like a monster when she's in ruin mode. Hey, Marta, does Emil really go into Ratatosk mode this often?
I don't think it used to happen quite so much. I wonder if there's something keeping him on edge.
Maybe having my sister and me around all the time is stressing him out.
I don't think that's it, but I'll ask him.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Genus, could you tell me a little about Regal?
Well, we got to know him when he traveled with us on the journey of world regeneration 2 years ago. He's the type of guy you can always depend on.
And as president of the world-famous Lazareno Company, he's well-respected wherever he goes.
But he was a prisoner the first time we met him, too.
What?
It almost seemed like he started to enjoy being locked up.
I wish you were joking, but I think you might be onto something there. He's mentally exhausted. We have to do something, and quickly. I must confess, you continue to fascinate me. If we could only tap into your memories, the mysteries of the ancient world would be at our disposal.
It's incredible how dramatically Rain changes from moment to moment.
Is it? I barely notice anymore. What I thought was odd was when she was needling you with all those questions earlier.
Really? The way she is now seems a lot weirder than that.
I don't know. There was something very curious about her interest in you.
No way! She was definitely weirder just now.
Genus, Marta, may I ask what you find so odd, very curious, and definitely weird about me?
Nothing at all!
Did you visit the place we're heading to right now during your journey of regeneration?
No, we did our fair share of traveling then, but there were plenty of places we didn't see.
Really?
Well, it's not like we were sightseeing, but I'm pretty sure we passed through all the major towns.
Oh, I just figured you guys had pretty much been everywhere there is to go.
I think Tenebre's seen more of the world than we have. He's been alive a really long time.
If you insist on treating me like a senile old buffoon, I have nothing to say to you.
He's very sensitive about his age.
Still, it can't be much longer before all his fur goes white.
How rude. Especially coming from someone with a full head of white hair.
It's silver. Old people are so grouchy. This area has a lot of herbs.
You're right.
Herbs? I've never liked them much.
Why's that?
Well, they smell weird for one thing, and they're usually too spicy or bitter for me. They just don't taste good.
I guess you're still a child in that regard.
I am?
As you get older, you learn to appreciate the more bitter flavors.
Yes, darkness and bitterness are the two principal flavors of adulthood.
I don't think darkness is technically a flavor.
In other words, since Tenebre's the Centurion of Darkness, that means he's old.
Wow, Marta. Every time I look, you've got a new weapon.
Well, there are so many different kinds. If I don't try them all, how will I know which one suits me best?
I guess you've got a point. Is that how you pick your boyfriends, too?
How can you say that? You're the only one for me. I've got no interest in other boys. So don't go losing interest in me either, okay?
Okay, Emil. Just be straight with me. How do you feel about Marta?
How do I feel? Well, I guess...
Don't say it.
Huh?
Are intra-party relationships off limits?
It's not that. Such questions must never be answered plainly. Any response should be vague so as to create intrigue and suspense. Is this not the essence of any good soap opera?
You know, spiteful may be the perfect word for Tenebrae. Well, what do you think of my cooking? Though this is just kinda so-so for me.
It's delicious. I can't wait for seconds.
Yeah, this is really great. You're a natural chef, Genus.
Oh, come on, you're gonna make me blush.
I have to agree with them. You've gotten even better.
You think so? Well, I've been experimenting with some new recipes lately.
This is undeniable proof that true culinary genius is not simply inherited.
Yep.
Right. I almost can't believe the two of you are related.
Are you trying to pick a fight?
I'm sorry.
What are you reading, Genus?
There's lots of strange equations.
Well, with all this searching for Lloyd and the Centurions, I've really gotten behind on my studies.
You mean you study this stuff on your own time?
Why not? It's fun. You should try it.
Which reminds me, this little trip must be quite the vacation from school for the two of you.
Yes, but if it means saving the world, we can put off school for a while, right?
No, I'm afraid that won't do. I am a teacher after all. I'll see to your studies.
What?
I will see to your studies.
Yes, ma'am.
I had no idea the Nasdrovier poison could be that strong.
It's called the light frog.
Right. The Nasdrovier doesn't usually knock people out for that long.
I believe you mean the light frog.
Maybe the Nasdrovier strengthened its defenses when Berg struck it, resulting in a stronger poison.
Light frog!
All the more reason to be extra careful around all monsters, not just the Nasdrovier.
Fine. I see how it is. I get it.
Tenebrae.
Finally, we can get on the boat.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
Emil,
Is something troubling you?
Emil, come on.
What's Lloyd Irving doing over there?
What? Where? Show yourself, Lloyd!
I don't believe the problem is with his hearing.
What's wrong with him?
I never imagined we would be reunited under these circumstances.
And we never expected to find you behind bars again.
I know, seriously. I thought for sure you'd be busy issuing orders from Lezareno HQ.
In addition to my duties as president, I'm also working as chairman on the board of a startup company. We're hoping to develop this new business mainly in Silverant. I was traveling around to get a feel for the market.
Oh, that's right. Even though it's a Tetha Ala-based company, Lezareno was popular with Silveranti.
The efforts they invested into rebuilding Palmacosta must be playing a big role.
Many Tetha Alans continue to treat Silveranti like savages. If my company can help change that way of thinking, it will have served its purpose.
But thanks to the conflict with Tetha Ala, half-elves aren't persecuted as much as they used to be.
Yes, half-elves have become valued for their knowledge. The overall situation is unfortunate, but perhaps it can also be an opportunity.
It looks like we both have a few problems that must be dealt with.
But our problem right now is Lloyd.
Yes. I wonder what he's up to right now.
Regal, you seem so mature.
Yeah, you're incredibly polite, kind, and strong, too.
We're not all that dissimilar. Our only difference is I've been alive a little longer.
You would do well to follow his example, Emil.
You're one to talk, Tenebrae. You've been around way longer than Regal, and all you do is nag and complain.
Yes, yes, I'm an old fogey, I know.
Hey, Regal?
What is it, Marta?
So you know that letter Rain gave you? I mean, was it really about, you know?
I hardly think it would be at all proper to reveal its contents. Rain, like all women, is entitled to keep her secrets private.
Private secrets? Like a confession of her love for you?
I'll leave that to your imagination.
Oh my gosh, no, I have to read it! Regal, can I ask you something?
Sure, what's on your mind?
I want to know what makes men tick. Guys are always rejecting me, saying I'm annoying or too serious or whatever.
Any man who would say such things is not worthy of your time. You are a charming young lady.
But...
I cannot claim to be much of a strategist, but I have learned that sometimes it may be better to pull back when being assertive doesn't work.
Pull back.
However, if your question has anything to do with Emil, then...
Okay, I've got it. I'll start with the pulling.
Cut it out, Marta. Why are you yanking on my arm all of a sudden?
That was quite a catch. No marlin I've ever caught can compare.
It certainly was enormous. For a moment, I believed I might snap in too.
Fishing is really more fun than I thought it would be. I'd like to try it again sometime.
I shall be happy to give you some lessons. Ocean fishing is enjoyable, to be sure, but you simply must experience stream fishing.
You mean it? That would be great. You almost sound like you could be my father, Regal.
Your father?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean...
Ha ha! Welcome to the Old Fogey Club.